the Ninth Symphony with us in San Marino, but before you have something else to share.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's an honor, and it's great to be among you guys, because it's so much knowledge and expertise in one room. It's a real honor. Paulina and I founded a company called APPASSIO, and it's basically a tech startup for music and arts online lessons. So have your lesson in the browser from your living room. That's the point. Because we found that great education can only happen if the right teacher finds the right student. And in most of the spaces, you have too little choice in order to find the right fit for you. And we leverage the internet to change that. Then we met Robert, and we made this pilot project in Espoo with the kids, and we decided to found the SDG Youth Orchestra in order to support implementing the SDGs and support music education. And today I want to just, which is completely contrary to any other talk we heard, talk to you about the value of creativity in our times, leveraging music and arts. In the times of the big shift that we live in, where the new is not yet fully there and the old is not at all prepared for the new, it's both frightening and exciting. We live in a time where, obviously, we all know that problems that threaten organized human life, and rapid technological advances. And that means that the kids and teenagers today have no way of knowing what they will need in order to thrive in their work life. And the good news is that we do know that it is creativity and the beauty of the human gut feeling that gives them the tools in order to thrive. The bad news is that mostly nowadays we use technology and all the beautiful things we invented to actually decrease creativity and do everything to not use our intuition, because everything is done for us. Luckily, we have, though, a very simple method or tool in our hand that is tested over centuries, and that's music and arts. Music and arts gives our kids, done right, the full range of tools that are needed in order to thrive. So it's high time that we change what's known as STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, into STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And by music education, what we don't mean is the notion that it will make your kid smarter if it listens to Mozart. I mean, that might work in some rare cases, but in reality it doesn't. What we mean is music making. Having all the muscles in place, the brain connections, and all that comes with the music education. And the good news is that 99% of humans are musical. And it takes about 3 days to identify and understand pitches. So, and if we heard vibration and frequencies thing of Marina yesterday, that's exactly what it is. It's frequency, and music has all that. And what we also mean by music education is to get a sense of what makes music and art great. In fact, to create a gut feeling in us that we know what has value and what hasn't. That's what real education is about, without looking at a label or a price in order to tell us what probably is good and what isn't. And to answer this value question, we have to go deeper in everything that makes us human. And as it turns out, everything connected to our consciousness, human sensitivity, is our only effective weapon to compete in a hyper-technological world that we go into. And what we also have to realize is that what we put in AIs and algorithms today, so our human info input, will be there for a long time. It will be developed by the machines. And last year, I held a TEDx talk about the decline of quality in music and arts. And the focus preparation to that got us thinking. While past generations had lifetimes to think about what the value in arts is about and what makes us tick in arts and to go deeper into human sensitivity, we will have probably just a couple of years left before we slide into a hyper-technological world where AIs basically steer everything. And our journey so far, we discovered with great concern that how little people actually care about music and arts. In both leaders and laymen, they take it sort of for granted as a social accessoire, unaware that actually everything we are as humans comes from the arts. And it's our culture. And since our current views and values are put into the AIs and technology to let them develop it independently, and since we are pretty damn close of putting these things into our brains, we face the immediate danger of making low quality music and arts and low human sensitivity our standard for AI development. And that's going on for a long time already, actually. And all this paints a world where I don't want my future kid to grow up in. So, as we seem to be very proud of the stunning development of processor speeds and all the possibilities that come with it, and as we go into ever smaller nanoparticle details in a lot of fields, we don't do the same thing with our own sensitivity. And we don't keep the big picture in mind at all. And it's our own sensitivity and the holistic views that give us the tools to evaluate our own creative thinking process and our cross-referencing. And that is the real music and art education that we are after, that gives you exactly these tools. And again, creativity and gut feeling is our best bet for the future. Because, and I repeat it one more time, if once we all, or most of us, have BMIs in our brains and wear computers as contact lenses, if we don't change, we will be stuck in the currently mostly very, very insensitive world we live in, just bumped up by technological gimmicks. So if we manage to change this fundamental understanding in people's heads, it's also the best bet, as we heard in the last days as well, to keep people healthy. This is why we are thrilled to collaborate with Gareth and Wiz and within the platform in the SDGs 3, because there's a direct connection between health, well-being, and music. So it's our quite ambitious mission to bring high-quality education back into our life and back into the arts, to make people understand what it is that makes music and art great, and why it's important for them in all the fields. And connected to that, bringing music education to as many people as possible and as conveniently as possible. That's what APPASSIO is about, and that's what we work for. And I want to end with something I was thinking about yesterday. Everything starts obviously with awareness and education, and we all live at the resort on the Walensee, and it was Franz Liszt, in fact, who wrote a piece, Au lac de Walensee, that he wrote at his stay at Walensee when he was inspired by the beauty and the mountains and the amazing area. And in his times, I was thinking, how amazing it must have felt. He comes by horse carriage, has no motorway, no car noises around, and he just looks at the beauty of the lake, and being a highly creative guy, composes this wonderful piece. And we jump in the car, go up to Davos, unaware of basically everything, anything. And that's exactly the problem that we face. We need to go back to creativity and to seeing the beauty and converting it. And I want to end with actually I'll use technology to give you, I hope this is hearable, but that's the actual piece Franz Liszt wrote when he was at our, maybe even at our hotel. Not at that resort, but maybe at the same place. So I want to thank you all for your inputs, and I'm very optimistic that we will make the world a better place for our kids and us all. Wow.